Hey, shalom, y'all. Shalom. Just came on here. I was thinking about some. I'm gonna do a quick video on it, and that's Bible culture versus pagan culture. And I think this is something that I really don't hear a lot of people talking about because this uh, the Bible does have a culture. It has a way of living. Um, when you read through the word, there's economics there. It's basically the blueprint and layout for a nation. Okay, and that nation is Israel. It has we've been scattered, and our culture has been taken or was taken from us due to our sins and our lack of obedience. Anyway, we're coming back into our culture. We getting a true Bible understanding. But Christianity has Christianity and Catholicism has imprinted and made such an impact on our minds and on our understanding of the Bible. We tend to lose the practicality of the word and the culture of the Bible. And what ends up happening, Christian Christianity, you'll read the Bible and look at what the Bible says through almost like through a Christian perspective, and it literally makes you do a U-turn and go right back to the pagan culture of this Western society. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the way it does that is we just overlook. We're blind and it's in plain sight, but we miss the culture of the Bible due to being so having Christianity and the culture, this Greco-Roman beast Catholic culture, so deeply infused in us. So with that said, what does it look like? What's the practical aspect? What does this really look like? Well, we miss the practicality of the Hebrew culture. Like one thing, I was like, I'm not going into all this. I'm just making a point. It's like Pastor was making a joke about because that one dude was wearing cellophane on his shoes that he had to protect them and all that. And to us, it's a joke because we live more of a hebraic culture, a culture where you have to work and you're building, you're coming together, doing things together, functioning as a nation. And it's really not about trying to walk around looking all pretty, looking all good all the time, and all this stuff. Uh, our dress, our appearance, the clothes we wear serve a practical purpose to move the nation forward. And this is the structure of everything when you look at it through a biblical culture. So when you look at marriage, okay, when you look at marriage here in this beast system, and family in this beast system is is the you notice there's a I don't know, I don't want to say an emphasis on it, but you see there's almost a way you're forced to rear a family in this beast system, and that is as soon as you have your children, you are pressured to give those children up to the beast system to indoctrinate them. That's through daycare, through school. Um, and why are you pressured to do that? So that you and your wife can serve the beast system through work, going to work. And they want to be able to indoctrinate that seed that you have into being a servant of that beast system. You see what I'm saying? When you look at the Hebraic culture and how we function here in Straitway, we don't function according to that. We get our wives off the job so that they can educate our children in our culture, in the biblical culture. They educate the children and rear the children to be able to serve our nation, not the beast nation. You see what I'm saying? In righteousness. Okay? We're talking a practical application of what the word says, not all this hyper spirituality and jumping around yelling all this gobbledygook that don't make no sense. And it's just emotionalism. But we're talking about actually getting down to how the word is telling you to move and to operate. It's telling you come out from among them. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desire. So these are some ways that how we would function and be function in how we do function in our biblical culture. Okay, um, this is something. Let me put my that was just my computer going in screensaver mode. But this is something to think about because a lot of times, again, we get sucked into religiosity when we begin, reading the word, and we call ourselves following the word, but we really don't understand the practical application of the word as it pertains to our culture, our way of life. What are some other ways? Uh, we talk about gathering ourselves together. The way we do, we come together as an assembly, us brothers here, all of us brothers, like our assembly here. It's me and a couple other families. We live together. The men go out and work. The women cook, and they educate the children. And that, what I'm going into now, is that most important job of cooking, or let's really articulate it in a way that really drives a point home of the importance of what our sisters do. That important job of nourishing Israel. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the sisters are on the front lines of the health of our nation. You know what I'm saying? So as we function here, the sisters cook healthy meals, very health conscious meals, and we have our meals cooked for us. They're ready to go. So we're not going out to eat. You know what I'm saying? We're not eating uh, these fast foods and these foods they make out here. We're very conscious of what we eat and what we buy. Now let's go into that. We're going to take it deeper. Right now, we're a home assembly. Eventually, we're going to buy land and move on land. Okay? And then the land produces the food. We cultivate the food. We plant the food. The sisters are already skilled at cooking. They've done it before, made fully garden meals you could easily grow in a garden that are satisfying, they fill you up, and they're nourishing and they're healthy. In the other way it ties in is, hey, you're on land, you're growing your food, you're planting your food, you're tending the land. This is very physical work, demanding work physically. That does what? Keeps you in shape. Now you're not paying a gym membership. You're not paying money to the beast system to lift weights up and down for no reason. No, now you're on land, you're lifting up farming equipment, you're working in the field, getting exercise, okay? For what? For the benefit of growing food, that now you don't have to go out and buy food. You don't have to go out and get a gym membership. You getting it all there. And the food that you're consuming is healthy and is keeping you healthy. This is getting back to the ancient ways. You see what I'm saying? This is when we talk about returning to the ancient ways, this is what we're talking about. So these are just some very practical ways that, hey, we're showing the benefits and the fruit that gets brought forth when you live uh, according to biblical culture, as opposed to this wicked pagan culture that's designed to have you serving this beast system. Um, Now, there was something else. Yeah, because like I said, I could keep going through this. I was going to go into the spiritual aspect and benefits of operating on this. Okay, the spiritual aspect of following what the word says as far as getting your spirit right, bringing into captivity any thoughts that exalt themselves against the word or the knowledge of the Most High. You know, studying books like Proverbs and Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, and Psalms, and just reading through the book and getting your spirit in alignment with what the word says. That is the key to bringing forth all these other things that I talked about, being able to have fruitful, righteous marriages, being able to live on land and dwell together in unity without a bunch of contention. You see what I'm saying? So it all ties together. But if you're just sitting up in there in a church or in an assembly or in a Knesset or whatever you want to call it, but you're still following this Greco-Roman Catholic model of, hey, we meet on the weekend and that's it, and we're serving y'all. You're not getting it. You are unknowingly in a deceived way. What you're doing is you simply practicing Catholicism, just in another way, with no actions and no fruit. You see what I'm saying? So we got to really read the word without the lenses of uh, the Eurocentric Christian understanding of what it means to be obedient to what that word says. And again, I gotta say it again. I've been around. I've been around and across the. Let's just call it the religious sphere, all the different religious stuff. And I'll say it again, the place where I see people actually doing what the word says is right here at Straitway. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to put a video out. Looks like I'm going to have it done today. I'm going to show you what we were doing today. We had over 60 brothers come together because pastor said he needs some help on the land. 60 brothers came. Some of the brothers driving over 4 hours came together to help get a job done. That's what it looks like. We're not running to the heathens to do it. We're not running to all these other people to do it. We did it. Okay. And that's what it's about coming out of her, not being reliant on and in want of all things to this beast system out here. Okay, that takes advantage of you. A lot of people, they talk about, oh, they about weapons, guns, and they say something. No, what we've done is taken our protection and our security into our own hands. Instead of calling Officer Murtaugh to come over to my house because something's going on and he comes and shoots all of us because he don't like us anyway. No. If something's going on here, we are trained and we are legally allowed to carry our own weapons and we can protect ourselves. And we call Officer Murtaugh to clean up the mess when we done protecting ourselves. You see what I'm saying? But this is the mindset that we need to have. But also this is the mindset that the acidic, Eurocentric, Greco-Roman Catholic Christian model seeks to erode out of you. They don't want you independent. They want you to be a part of this system and subject to it. You see what I'm saying? And we have to see that subtle wickedness. And look, and I'll tell you, man, I'm going to tell you this. Something I have seen out there in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community is there are brothers out there that their eyes are beginning to open to the fact that there is no activity, there's no action, there's no fruit coming forth out there in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community, the Christian community, anything. They're beginning to see it, but they don't realize it's like us over here at Straightway. It's like we are so far ahead of what's going on out there. A lot of times they think, hey, they're a cult, they're crazy, they're this, they're that. No, we have come out from among them. And we are striving to be separate. You know what I'm saying? Um, According to what the word says, just so what? So we can just live holy. So that's what it's about. So that's what was on my mind. I thought I'd come in here and share it with y'all. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Somebody said, let's see if y'all got any questions or anything. Hopefully I explained that to where you're able to understand it. Somebody said, Shalom, brothers and sisters. May the Most High bless you and keep you. All truth and no spirit obedience equals works, fruits, footwork, footwork action. Okay. That's good. Good statement. Good statement. Light years ahead. Yep. So anyway, y'all, that's why I wanted to come in here and drop to y'all. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, I just want to come in here and share that. Shalom.